Slurs are a way to play legato, and legato means to connect notes. Of course, we can connect notes when we do a scale, but the slur has a different kind of articulation. Yes. And so sometimes we use slurs for quick passages, and sometimes we use slurs, as I just did a moment ago, to be more expressive, maybe even to use a little vibrato, especially appropriate when we're trying to make the guitar sigh, play an appoggiatura. Okay, so how do you do this? This is how to do a two-tone slur when the first note is fingered and the second note is an open string. Begin by positioning your hand in fifth position so the fingers are even with the frets. Position the finger on the first note and then strike the string with the right hand finger. Allow the left hand finger, along with the hand, to drop in a downward motion, causing the fingertip to pluck the string. Try to avoid pulling on the string with the fingertip, and avoid turning the hand away from the strings when executing the slur. We'll position our hand in fifth position, so the fingers are on the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th fret. 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th fret. We'll lift all the fingers and we'll put the first finger down and we'll strike that string. And then with the first finger, we will pluck this open string. So first finger, and then pluck. And I'll try that with the second finger, and third finger, and fourth finger. And as much as possible, we're trying to keep the fingers over the strings so that we're not moving the whole hand away from the fretboard. That would be problematic, especially if you're having to do the slurs quickly. So in your practice, if you're a serious student of guitar, you should do scales and you should do technical exercises. And one that would be very good to do would be slur exercises, as we were just kind of showing. What I would recommend is, again, starting in fifth position. That's because the fingers will be able to cover those frets more comfortably than in first position, where you're going to have to do much more stretching. Second, I would start with open strings so that you can isolate each individual digit and set up a pattern where you're doing this perhaps on each of the strings. But we'll just start today with just the first string. So you maybe do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and repeat that. Yep. How to do a two-tone slur when the first and second note are fingered. Position the hand in fifth position so both fingers are on the string and the fingers are even with the frets. Strike the string with the right hand finger. Allow the finger holding the higher note to drop with the hand in a downward direction, causing the fingertip to pluck the string. Try to avoid pulling on the string with the fingertip and avoid turning the hand away from the strings when executing the slur. Another way of doing two-note descending slurs is having two fingers involved. So we'll try with 2 and 1, again in fifth position. Second finger's on the 6th fret, first finger's on the 5th. We'll strike the string and then pluck that first string again with the left hand. Let's try that with 3 and 2. That'll be a tricky one. You want a good separation between 1 and 2. So the 3 and 2, and then 4 and 3. Yeah. Now, some of these fingers are stronger than the others, so you probably found that doing 2 and 1 was not too hard. But maybe 3 and 2, 4 and 2, and 4 and 3. So descending slurs and ascending slurs, for that matter, are good to help build the strength in the fingers and coordination, of course, as well. At the beginning of today's lesson, I played for you a piece called Caprice. It incorporated 2-note descending slurs, both on open strings and 2-fingered combinations. My intent was to provide a piece of music for my students that would be fun, entertaining, and at the same time be good medicine for being able to practice executing descending slurs. So now I'm going to show you how to do this. It's not actually so difficult to procedurally go through it. The trick, if you would call it that, is really in terms of how you practice it. The more refined your movement, the faster you'll be able to do it, and the more control you'll be able to exhibit.